it's Miss Moss the Boss of Miss Moss the Boss TV, and today I am bringing to you guys a story time. Story time is something that was very popular for me back in the day, and I just feel like it's something I can bring back. I wouldn't say I'm gonna have stories like all the time, but when I have some stories to tell, we can sit here and chat. So before we get into this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure your post notifications are on so you're always up to date on what we're doing over here. And remember, if you're new, hey boo. And if you're old, you know I love you so. Be sure to follow me on all social media, and let's get into today's story time. So today's story time is about my UPS experience recently. I did purchase a new laptop, which is how I'm getting content out to you guys. Shout out to me, from QVC. And in my purchase, if you didn't see my unboxing, go check it out. I'll put it in the description. But in my purchase, I made sure that I did like a speedy delivery. We just gonna dive right into it. So I paid an extra $35 to get my computer sent to me by the following Tuesday, which is the earliest they could get it to me. So despite the stuff that was happening with QVC prior to, because they called me like several times to confirm my purchase, and it was weird because it was like they confirmed it literally right after I made the purchase. Basically, I'm on a payment plan, so they confirmed that I made that purchase, and then the day before on Monday, they called me again to confirm I made the purchase, as if they never confirmed in the first place. So I was a little weary. They said that it will be there Tuesday. I paid the extra for that. So Tuesday gets here, and I'm at work all anxious because I'm just like, I just can't wait to get my new laptop. I'm so ready. I got all these clients backed up, and like literally y'all, for the last couple of months, like I've been blessed to have a friend who was able to give me a temporary laptop, but the laptop just wasn't working good enough for me in regards to what I do. So I wasn't really able to edit like that. I wasn't able to do like any of the things that I needed to really get done. I was able to do them, but it was like the pace was taking forever. So I needed this laptop. So I'm all types of anxious, waiting, so excited, because I'm like, I'm so glad that when I get home, I'm going to have my laptop and be able to get stuff on and running, and things are going to go like great. To make sure I try to get it, I tell everybody at my house to be aware. So the first part where they messed up is that, of course, they come and they claim, and I say claim, that they came at 9:30 in the morning and tried to deliver my package. My little brother was up, and I called and I asked him, I was like, hey, did anybody come by? He's like, no, the dog, we have a dog here. And he's like, the dog didn't bark. It wasn't anything like that. Nothing came here yet. So I found that odd because I went to go check the UPS delivery like tracking, and it said that they already attempted the delivery. So eventually he goes outside to check, and he says that they left the slip saying that they attempted to deliver it, which was not true. So already I'm like, okay, this seems like it's going to be a little wishy-washy when it comes to UPS, and I really was not feeling it, like, at all. So I call Asante and I make him call down there to ask if they have my package, and if so, if we could just come and pick it up, because at this point, I don't even want any drama. I'm just like, when I get off of work, I need my laptop. I just want to be able to get my laptop. I don't want it to be redelivered the next day. Any of that. Definitely when I paid an extra $35 to get it delivered on Tuesday. He calls, he arranges them to say, you know, allow us to pick it up, and they end up telling him, which is very important, they end up telling him that he can come and get it. They were like, well, we won't put it out for redelivery. However, we'll call you back in a few once it gets here so we can tell you when to pick it up. He said fine. A couple hours goes by, they didn't call back, so he called back. When he called back, they told him that it will be ready when I get off, and that we can come and get the package tonight. He made sure, he made double, triple check with them. He was like, so it's there? They said, yes, it's here. You can come and pick it up when you want to. So when Asante called me back, we were trying to figure out how he can go get it and everything else. This is now around like 4 or 5. The call was around like 1 or something. kind of around that range. They claim they tried to deliver it around 9 o'clock in the morning. So he's trying to figure out a way to get it, and eventually I just tell him he can wait and I'll go get it. So in agreement to get it for myself, I tell him, like, I'll just get my dad to get it when I get off. I get off around 6. My dad is there to pick me up, and we head straight to UPS. We get to UPS around 7:15. When we walk in there, it was really, really packed. Now, mind you, I'm expecting to get my package because they told my boyfriend that my stuff was there, to the point where they were like, if she doesn't come herself, if you wanted to come, all you need is something that signs off saying that she said that you could come pick it up because it's here and you could come pick it up. So we wait in this long line, and I'm already a little irritated because we get in the line and I just noticed that it's a long line because one of the employees, like, everyone's moving like it's not a long line. Like, basically it was 2 employees. One was really working and the other one seemed like she was flirting with the customer. And it was just like, okay, everybody not trying to be here all night. And it was taking forever. We stood in that line for a good 30 minutes, 35 minutes, around that range. And then we finally get to the front. By the time we get to the front, a guy comes out to ask me for my tracking number. I give him my tracking number. And it's crazy because right before then, as we're waiting in the line, there was another customer who was having some type of issues with UPS. And he said that he overnighted his package and paid $200 for it to be here. And basically, UPS was running him back and forth from the UPS location we were at and then another UPS location downtown, and saying that neither one of them were saying they had the package. And he was literally like just frustrated and trying to figure out exactly like what was going on. So something in my spirit was like, please don't tell me when I get up here it's not gonna be here, because it seemed like there was literally people were coming up and then they were just telling people, oh, their stuff is not there. And I kept saying, well, at the same time, they told us that it was here. They said it was literally here and that we were gonna be able to come and pick it up. So I get up there, I give him my tracking number. He takes a good 15 to 20 minutes to come back out. And when he comes back out, he tells me my package isn't there. So I go, wait, what? How is my package not there? I was told that it was here and I could come get it like hours ago. I was told it was here hours ago. So this is what ticks me off. So he decides, instead of trying to, you know, clarify, give me some details or anything like that, he goes like this and goes,
it's not here. It's not off the truck yet.
And I'm like, okay, so why would y'all tell us that it was here? And he goes, I don't know, customer service, it's not here. Yo, when he did that, and like I kept asking, because now I'm getting irritated, and I'm like, why would y'all tell somebody something's here, come here? I done been through traffic, I done stood in this long line for a good 30 to 40 minutes, I done waited 15 to 20 minutes for you for looking for it, so now it's like an hour, a whole hour, all for you to say it's not here. And then when I ask you, like, why would you tell me it's here and everything else, your response is, I don't know customer service. So I then continue to, like, I can't lie, y'all, I start drawing. I was drawing. So I start getting loud and I'm like, okay, that's not a good enough excuse. Like, you have to explain to me why y'all giving this information and you saying customer service, but you, like, what the heck? So eventually he just goes about his business, and now I'm cussing in the UPS. And I don't usually do that, y'all, but I was so furious, like so furious, because he didn't offer any way to de-escalate the situation. He wasn't apologetic. He didn't really apologize, like nothing. He just was like, no. So eventually I'm like, this don't make no fucking sense. Like, I stood in this line for how long? We've been all here for this amount of time, all for y'all to not have it. That doesn't make sense. You're gonna tell me you have it, but you don't have it. And then when I'm asking you for an explanation, you telling me that the answer is customer service, and you acting like you can't do anything. Like, my dad delivers the packages too, so he's like, well, you can't call to see, you know, the ETA of when your person's gonna get here. You can't contact the driver. He's saying, no, there's no way to contact drivers. And I'm like, okay, well, I don't feel safe, or I don't feel like my package is safe, because the fact that you can't contact drivers, you have no way of tracking anything, and y'all at the same time are saying it's in here, like to the point where my app was saying that it was physically inside the UPS, like it was saying ready for pickup. I'm like, what if the person never decides to get the package back? Y'all put in the system that it was ready for pickup. So what if the person decided to steal it and like y'all don't have no way to track it? It didn't make sense to me. So by the time I get outside, I'm like, you gonna sit here and tell me that the answer is customer service and you can't help me call customer service and we at the customer center? I was snapping, yo. I was snapping. So we get on the phone with the customer service and Asante calls. Mind you, I wanted to call because in general there was no accommodation. And like I said, we were waiting in the line for so long, y'all. And it was really solely because Shorty was out here trying to get a dude. Like, let's be honest. She really was taking her time and it was really annoying me. Like, it was just so much. And I'm just like, they're not accommodating, they don't care. So when I get on the phone with the customer service lady, she sounded like a real nice lady. She eventually ends up pissing me off later down that line, but whatever. She sounds like this really nice lady or whatever, but I'm furious. So I'm asking her, like, what is it that we can do? Like, because this doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why you would tell me people would say that's here, it's not. And then the fact that these people at this location aren't accommodating and they're not respectful or trying to, you know, get things done quickly or anything like that. Like, there's no customer service here. I have a problem. Like, I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Because at the end of the day, I pay almost $2 grand for something and it's one, not here, two, is saying it's here. Like, it doesn't make sense. And then everyone's basically on some, well, I don't know where it's at right now, we can't help you. And I'm like, no, not when you spend thousands of dollars. That's not how this goes. And I'm not the only person. So I mentioned that to her. I was like, I'm not the only one with this issue right now. Like, somebody else in there was just saying the same thing. So she's trying to, I guess, calm me down and stuff like that and trying to explain it. And then she basically comes to say that whoever we was on the phone with should have told us that not necessarily it means it's there or whatever, but that it should be there by the end of the night. And I kept saying what didn't make sense to me. So I kept saying that I was confused because I said, so in your policy, y'all are allowed to say, because we said we didn't want it out for redelivery, y'all are allowed to put in the system that it's already in the building, like in the UPS building. And she was trying to explain and say yes, and I just was like, that's ridiculous. Like, you shouldn't be able to put in the system that a product or anything that you sent is in the facility if it's not. Because if you're doing that and then I come to your venue or your establishment and I ask for my things and it's not there, and then on top of that you're saying you have no way to get in contact with your drivers, then that just sounds like a way that somebody could steal my stuff and get away with it. That's not okay. So she's like accommodating and trying to be cool, but at the same time trying to tell me whatever. And Asante is like going back and forth with her. And it was just like a lot going on. And I was cussing, but I kept saying to her, like, I wasn't cussing at her. I was just like really irritated. So eventually she tried to explain again, and Asante was being more like nice or whatever. But I didn't really care about that because I just thought it was ridiculous that now the story is they're allowed to put it in the system, but it's not really there. And my thing is, it would all be different if this is what was being told initially, but it wasn't. So I was just so irritated because then we ended up having to wait a whole nother hour. Like, it just was ridiculous. So by the end of the conversation though, I ended up telling her, like, this is just unacceptable, and like, I just want to make sure that I call QVC to tell them that I need a different way to deliver my stuff next time, because the fact that everyone is just on some like whatever, like no one's story lines up. Everyone has a different story of why the package isn't here or how they do the process. I'm not messing with this. Like, I don't like it. So she then fixed her lip to say to me, and this is what set me off, and had me like, you know what? Ain't even worth it. So she sits there and says to me,
well, guess what? At the same time, I just want you to know, you don't know who's listening to this call and everything else, and you might want to be, you know, a little more reserved, because it might be certain people listen to this call.
So I delightfully let her know that I don't give a fudge who's listening to the call. I actually would love for a CEO or somebody else to be listening to the call, because y'all giving out too much confusing information and not enough straight line. That's how we do it, okay? So then she goes to say to me, and I don't know if you know this, but it's illegal to curse. I said, what? It's what? Yeah, I'm not sure if you know, but it's illegal to curse. Y'all, when she told me that, I hung right up. Cause I know that I was about to cuss at her. Cause this whole time I wasn't cursing at her. And she even said it. She was like, I know you're just venting. I understand, it's really frustrating. You had a really long day, I understand, blah, blah. And then she ended it with, it's illegal to curse. It's what? It's a free country, sweetie. If it's illegal to cuss, if my president, well, he ain't my president, but if the president of the United States can call people son of a bees and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure I can cuss if I want to. So finally we go back into the UPS at like 8:15 to see if the package got there. We waited there until closing, which was 8:30. It still wasn't there. Then we waited another 15 minutes, and then we finally got the package. We left the UPS around 9. So I got my package and I tried to be happy. However, in general, I felt like for a long day of contacting UPS since 1 p.m. and the misleading information that they were given and the incorrect information that they were given, and then the poor service they had at the location I ended up going to, for me to get my laptop at 9 on Tuesday night was ridiculous, okay? It was ridiculous, it was pointless, it was so annoying, and I just feel like moving forward, I'm gonna always try to get stuff sent to my P.O. box. I really would rather just pick it up myself, because it made no sense that even with me coming there at 7, I should not have been leaving at 9 o'clock. No. You require people to be here and have certain stuff, then y'all need to do the same. And then when y'all don't have that, like, I need everyone to work on customer service. And the only reason why I say that is because I've been a part of the customer service realm. I have been a part of retail. That is where I started work, okay? Outside of daycares, I worked at Walmart, DSW, aquarium, gift shops. I worked as an online chat agent, okay? For a payroll company, that's what it was. And honey, I got people all types of upset. I'm the account that they get to read what they pay stubs is and their money. Like, people was upset. But you have to know how to de-escalate situations. I just realized my collar was messed up the whole time, but it's okay. But what I was trying to say was the fact that somebody who wasn't employed had to explain, like, the message that they were trying to say. Like, they were basically trying to say that because you don't put it out for redelivery, it's supposed to be in there, but it won't get in there until they get off the truck, or whoever was delivering gets it off the truck. I still think that they shouldn't put in the system that something is there if it never leaves the truck. That's my personal opinion. I could be wrong, but I really think it's smarter to wait until it actually is proof that it's off the truck to say that it's in there, because again, you don't want people to believe or find, like, you don't want things to go missing. Thank you so much for tuning into today's story time. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Turn your post notifications on, because we consistent out here. You know what I'm saying? We consistent out here. Hey. Make sure you follow me on all social media, and I will see you guys on the next video.